So we've just arrived at Clairefontaine, which is Deauville's second track, and it is known as the Hippodrome Fleuri, or the flowered track, which, as you can see, is what's the word I want? What language do I want to speak? It earned its name. There are flowers everywhere. Behind us is the main stable block. There are boxes on the bottom and on the top. Our horse is tucked back in there. She's just arrived. The main entrance to the public is the one with the umbrellas in the Ukrainian yellow and blue theme. And as you can see, there are flowers. They've really taken the Norman theme to the maximum here. We have apple trees. We have, the architecture is Norman architecture. Really, really nicely done. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to come. Owners love to come here because there's plenty to eat and drink affordably. They have a great Mum champagne bar. They don't gouge you on the price. Let's have a look around. We're behind the main grandstand. There's local artisan exhibits that are being set up here. There's a champagne bar there, and I see some people are already at it. There's a fantastic panoramic restaurant up top, and these are the scales. We have a gift shop. Let's have a look inside. Paintings, a giant stuffed horse. The usual t-shirts. Kind of a standard gift shop, nice. Buy yourself a horse, cheaper than the real thing. Top. And these are the scales we're going to go and start declare right now. This is the unsaddling enclosure where the first 7 come back after the race, and as you can see, there's a little prize giving area over there. These are the scales, and you can see, the old chandelier, old Norman beams. Nice building. You can come over while I do this too. What number are we? 10. Bonjour. Bonjour. 210, s'il vous plaît. Oui. Azucarera VP. Merci beaucoup. Scales. Clerk of the scales isn't here yet, but this is where they'll weigh out and where we'll pick up the saddle and where I'm going to go drop off the silks. This is the vestiaire, or the locker room. We can take advantage and film now because nobody's here yet. We're running the second race, so we're here a little bit early. The valets get here in plenty of time, and they set up the saddles for each of the jockeys. They know what weight the jockey is riding on, what saddle he's going to need. For example, this is a jockey. I don't know who this is for, but this is a jockey riding really light because this saddle weighs probably 50 grams. This is actually a saddle. It's not a postage stamp. This saddle is quite a bit heavier. It's a normal. This is a weighted saddle, so that's a jockey who doesn't weigh much, who's riding light. But they've got all the saddles, all the jockeys. They know whose is what and who needs what, and they've set it up for each jockey, and they'll take care of that, helping them weigh out on time because you only have 20 minutes between each race to weigh in and weigh out if you're riding every race. Over here, each jockey will have his little cubicle. This is Mikel Barcelona. He's riding for us today. I've put the silks there. Later on, when the jockeys start to get here and they're running around naked, we give them silks to the valet, and the valet will place them. But since nobody's here yet, we can go ahead and put them in. And these are his personal things. The saddles will be handled by the valet, but like there's his riding cask and just his personal effects that he'll need to ride today. I see there's another set of silks here as well. Maybe why don't we put ours up with the other one, and Picon, Guillaume, Bazir, Lecouvre, Besnier. Each one has their spot. And then back down in here, there'll be just an area for them to sort of relax. Between races, there'll be a masseur there, or there's a massage table, sort of a place to hang out. The scale where they can check their weight before they actually weigh out. This is the scale where they'll just check their weight before they weigh out officially if they want to use the scale in here. There'll be showers and sauna and everything back there. The sauna, I think, has been discontinued since COVID. I'm not sure they can use the sauna anymore, but have to check on that. So this is where the jockeys, where it all happens, and obviously this is the guys. The women's locker room is across the way. This just shows you which different parts of the race course, depending on what distance you're running. This is flat, that's trotting. This is the steeplechase, that's hurdling. So we do everything at this track. So if you haven't ridden here before, maybe you want to walk the course, see exactly what the technical specifics are that you're riding. And then this is the chart saying which horse is where. So usually the trainer will come and pick up the saddle to saddle their horse, but sometimes the trainer couldn't make it to the race course for whatever reason. They have one guy and he's all on his own. He can ask the jockey to come and saddle for him, but the jockey needs to know where he's going. So this tells them that. And on the other side is the ladies' locker room, which is much smaller, but won't be much smaller for very much longer because we have more and more lady jockeys riding because we have the weight allowance, and that's given a lot of them a chance, which is nice. But as you can see, at Clairefontaine, they're still relegated to basically the size of a closet. So, so things haven't progressed too much in that respect. But every race course is starting to make the ladies' locker room bigger these days, which is a good sign. This is worth noting. This is the best thing going at Clairefontaine. This is the champagne bar. It used to be just a tent. This year they've given them their actual proper champagne hut, which is fantastic. And you can get a bottle of Mums for 30 euros. Do you listening, France Gallo? Because at the race courses around Paris, it's double and triple the price, which is fucking robbery. So really happy to see that at Clairefontaine you can have a nice bottle of champagne for a reasonable price, nice and cold, served with nice glasses. This is the parade ring. Again, empty for the moment, but there'll be a lot going on a little bit later. And you do have to walk sort of around the back to go out to the track. You go all the way around. And then, again, all the flowers. This is there's one of the two restaurants that you can eat out here. So we're in the main, inside the main grandstand. Not much going on here in the summertime, but it is still a pretty room. Nice chandeliers, another bar, plenty of betting windows. Here we are on the front side of the grandstand, and as you can see behind me, the track is looking pretty good today. We have a big screen. We have, again, flowers around the little results board. It's really pretty countryside here. The water is straight out there beyond the race course, and the other track that you probably know better, Deauville de la Toque, the main Deauville race course, is just over there, that way. So if you want to have a private party, or if there's a reception for something, that's what this little area is right here. There's another bar over there with some sand and some lawn chairs. That's a branch of a pretty well-known local bar called the Ammonite, and they make a really good mojito, which unfortunately, this is a great place to drink a lot, and we really can't do it because we have to drive the horses up and back. So it's nice to spend a couple of days here when you can and stay overnight and have a couple of drinks. Nice place to spend the afternoon. Good mojitos, cheap champagne. It's all good. So, hand-wringing about how to get people to come racing in France. It's not rocket science. Look around. This is a beautiful place. It's clean. You can eat and drink for a reasonable amount of money, and there are plenty of choices to eat and drink. There's a lot of stuff for the kids to do. There's a bouncy castle, there's pony rides. Everything is just really welcoming and really well done. It's not rocket science. This is what people want. If you want to bring people to the race course, it has to be like this. It can't be. Longchamp is trying to go for some snob appeal with Paris Société and the bar with, you know, models in cake topping dresses that don't let you in to have a drink. And we don't need that. We need this. This is what we need to do in France more often.
Nous vous donnerons quelques informations sur le programme de cette journée un tout petit peu plus tard, mais en attendant.
So if you're looking to go to a race course somewhere in France this summer, go to Clairefontaine. It's a fantastic place to go racing. Unfortunately, it's not the best place if you're a horse person because the track itself has some problems after the meeting on Saturday. A lot of trainers and the Trainers Association were on board trying to get some changes made to the actual galloping track because it's really uneven and our horse didn't handle it at all on Saturday. But I bought the horse that did handle it, that finished second in our claiming race, so he'll go back to that same course on Sunday. We'll see what happens there. But it's a fantastic place to go racing, really just what it should all be about in France. You should go to Clairefontaine to go racing. And tell us where you like to go racing. What's your favorite track where you are? Leave a comment, like, subscribe please. Got to have those subscribers, and we will see you next week.